All right, so the next thing to set up is a list on your list. Is to set up any of the files you'll need. If you're going to be working with files, it's good to have a file cabinet or a file box. I prefer the file cabinet. And you can get your, make a list to get your, what are they called? Folders, the hanging folders, those are really helpful. Checklist for newspaper contact and ads. A number of newspapers will advertise for you. So in December, September, March, or June, or fill in 4 months where you'd like to check on pricing and how much 2 weeks will get you. So let's see if it's like $100 or whatever. Ask about the sizing of it. So it's going to be a square, maybe. I think it'd be like 1 inch or 2 inches by 2 inches, or they're usually square or rectangular. But then you could also check out the other specifications. Just ask them for those. Let's see. You'll have to start thinking about a few other things like font, but we'll get to that in another number. So number 18 is Yellow Pages Advertisements Checklist. This is something you'll want to make. It's going to be the same pretty much as the above checklist. Change your, you're going to change your reminders to when you're going to set up time for your creative work. And then we have number 20, I think, if I can find it. I like this. It's kind of like performance. We have a to-do list for self. We did that. I got to number 11, 12 on mine. Let's see, we can start with this. So you're going to start another sheet of paper and do, write out July, August, September, October, November, December. Spread it out in 3 columns. The top of the first 3, tops of them is going to be July, August, September. The second half of it, each column is going to be October, November, December. So you just give it a heading. In September, you're going to do the strength list and add the customer credit. Is that what I said? So that's another one that'll have to, the C's of credit. So you're going to put both of those in that box. So you'll have both of those in that box and in every other box. So under each heading, do strength list and add the C's of credit. On the other side, you're going to have January, February, March, April, May, and June. And you're going to, I got to get a juice for myself. Then you're going to have to fill those in also with the same list. The 6 C's of credit is character. What sort of person are you? Are you trustworthy and competent and reliable? And how good of a manager are you? Will you squander funds? Capacity, when and how to do, capacity is the second one. How do you plan to pay the loan? Can the company generate enough to pay it back through the normal business activities? Does your cash flow projections show this? Do past profit and loss statements and balance sheets show this? Capital, what's the extent of your personal investment in the business? If you're not a firm believer in your business, how can you expect the business to be? Collateral, which of your assets could be used as security against a loan? Do you own real estate, stocks or bonds, vehicles, and equipment, etc.? Circumstances, what's the outlook for business in general and your business in particular? Does a loan make sense, or will it be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Do you or are you insured against basic risks? How would the loan be repaid if there were an accident or catastrophe? And then it says, okay, another thing you'll need is a formal business plan, including how to manage the business, expressing in a second paragraph within a convincing and concise explaining convincing and concise things that you may need and have, preparation process of promotional materials, plans for efficient outside help, and the structure of the loan request, attraction of investors. You're also going to write in there that for yourself, this is just another place to put it, 1 hour equals 4 hours of, I think it says later work. 1 hour equals 4 hours. Oh, that's a note saying that keep track of your time. It's an equation that I use right now, just that when I'm doing something creative, it's also the picking up and the designing. So I'm paying for about 4 hours of work. Let's see, before, be fair and reciprocate sheet. So a business banker to-do list. Oh, be fair and reciprocate sheet. That's for something else we'll do later. Let's see, business, at least have one and think about what you'd like to do. Business banker to-do list. Prepare a list. This is something else you have to start, another list. It's not numbered right now. It goes with the numbers. Prepare a list to convince. Let's see. Continue to consult with your banker. Supply regular and complete financial statements, even if you don't need if you don't need it, you need to do it. But discuss your financial problems, keep them up to date with new developments in your business. And if your bank helps you out with credit, reciprocate by opening, a savings account, and you'll also keep your deposits there. Give them business and spread lots of good word to all of your friends, and they're serious business-minded people. Let's see. That's one of the other. That's something you would want to put as a heading on your banker to-do list. So you build, approach. This one is, you will get a approach checklist when you are, let's see, going to the bank for a loan. So that's this. You'll have those. Those are basically your headings. So those aren't necessarily on the sheet specifically, the checklist specifically, but write those down and let's see. All right, so without an advertisement here, which we could really use one to give me a break, we have gone through a lot of the material already to start. So you've got some headings, and let's see.